In a good line near the inside, Smoke Me Away okay. Rare Casper out deep on the track. Green Chain, Young Detoria begun quickly with Tampico. Public Thoughts. Well, behind this leader, Green Chain, they're almost in a line. Queen Seattle now, Public Knowledge has dropped out to last. May have been tightened out 900 metres out. Green Chain, Smoke Me, Rare Casper, Young Detoria, Happy Ever After. And out 4 and 5 deep is Tampico, a length further back, Romantic Romeo. Public Knowledge starting to thread its way through the field from Queen Seattle. Back behind it, Lack of Cherries and Star Tryst. Down to the 700 metres, and Smoke Me on the inside holds out Rare Casper and Green Chain. 2 lengths further back, or 2.5 to Young Detoria, Tampico. Ridden along then is Public Knowledge 2 lengths away, and not responding at the moment. Behind it was Happy Ever After. And then Lack of Cherries further back, Queen Seattle, Romantic Romeo. And dropping off Star Tryst 400 metres out, Smoke Me the inside. Rare Casper and Green Chain, 2 in front of Tampico closing. Then Young Detoria, Public Knowledge not in the race, and further back Happy Ever After, but Smoke Me booted away. Hard against the rails at the 200 metre mark, got out 4 lengths in front of Rare Casper. Young Detoria on the outside, Tampico boxing on from Green Chain, but this is going to walk in Smoke Me. Under the whip holding Rare Casper at bay. Tampico getting to third, but Smoke Me is being eased down there home, and Smoke Me scores by 4 lengths. Could have been a half dozen. Rare Casper's got second, Tampico third. Fourth in then was Young Detoria. Public Knowledge next, followed by Green Chain, Happy Ever After, Lack of Cherries and Romantic Romeo in a line from Queen Seattle. And last in was Star Tryst.
Across the line, 157, 1 Smoke Me at 560 and 190. You got 5 Rare Casper for second at 650 and 7 Tampico at $1.60.
OK, 1 Smoke Me to pay $5.70 and $2 even. 5 Rare Casper, $5.30 and 7 Tampico, $1.50 as we join the Racing Radio morning.
Seconds and counting. All systems are go. Pick up the count at 10.
Jig Profligate out deep with Aussie Prospector begun smartly near the inside. New Spec away well in Famous Folly. Now Fayette tracking up on the inside from Sagrada Familia. Then comes Show Talk. Threadneedle on the inside. Mevia Star deep back in the field. Dancing Raj, Braveway, Starleg second last, and Diamond Tiara is at the tail of the 1,000 metres. Profligate in the centre. Fayette holds the inside. Double Jig makes a line of 3. 2.5 or 3 to New Spec. A neck away Aussie Prospector. Famous Folly deep. Then Threadneedle a length behind those from Mevia Star on the outside of Sagrada Familiar. The inside Show Talk, 2.5 to Starlegs. Would want to get a wriggle on inside the 800 from Dancing Raj. Then Brainwave, and last of all Diamond Tiara. They come off the back inside the 650, and Fayette on the inside. A narrow leader here. Double Jig is out 3 deep, and in the centre Profligate, 1.5 to Aussie Prospector. New Spec tracking up on the inside, and deeper out as Famous Folly as Fayette got away before the turn. Then Threadneedle Show Talk the inside from Starlegs, and further back Dancing Raj as they come from Sagrada Familiar inside the 400, and hard against the inside it's Fayette, a length and a half to Double Jig. New Spec, Aussie Prospector hooking out deep on the inside, Show Talk, and then Starlegs and Threadneedle down towards the 200. Fayette under the whip in front here. The challenge is on the outside, Threadneedle coming quickly with it, Aussie Prospector, then Double Jig and Starlegs. Threadneedle, Starlegs going for the run in the centre, and Aussie Prospector. Threadneedle, Starlegs going home strongly in the centre, doing the better Starlegs, and Starlegs gets in. Starlegs wins by a half length to either Aussie Prospector or Threadneedle. Further back Double Jig, then Show Talk. Fayette knocked up from New Spec. Dancing Raj, Sagrada Familia, Brainwave. Further back Famous Folly. Diamond Tiara, Mevia Star, and Profligate has run last.
7 Starlegs, 470, 190. 4 Aussie Prospector and a photo at $2 with 8 Threadneedle at $3.40.
Against what has been the pattern.
7 Starlegs to return $5.20 and $1.80. Number 4 Aussie Prospector, $2 and 8 Threadneedle, $3.10.
Winning race number 2, the West Coast Railway. And the judge will ask for a photo to separate Aussie Prospector over on the inside and Threadneedle, who got to the lead inside the 200 metre mark, just weakening slightly on its run. But Starlegs has been just a little too strong over the concluding stages. Continuing a good carnival for Leon Corstens. Starlegs is by Fiesta Star from Legs Ahead. A 3 legs mare, raced by I.J. Lewis, P. McKay, G.J. Rayner, K. Sharkey, E. and Mrs. S. Laxon. Darren Gauci taking the ride. Second placing, a photo between Aussie Prospector by Geiger Counter out of Rap 2, Colin Alderson and Eddie Wilkinson, and Threadneedle, number 8, by Last Tycoon out of Lassus, Peter Hayes and Jason Patton. Just waiting on those numbers to become official. Yeah, been a good effort there. I didn't like it early in the race when it was back 3rd and 4th last. And really, even on the turn at the 400, you didn't want to be on it. Fayette had skipped away with a goodly little break. Aussie Prospector was coming out, and Threadneedle was making its presence felt. It went to the lead. Yeah, this is very tight for second here. Looking very dead heatish. The judge having some trouble here because the winner is in between these other two, and you can't see the nose of Aussie Prospector on the print that's come up on the screen here. You can see Threadneedles, but you can't see Aussie Prospector. So this will be interesting. Yes, anyhow, Fayette kicked away with that break. Threadneedle grabbed it. Aussie Prospector was still there, and then the other one, Starlegs, has just finished too strongly. This should be the result of the photo.
7-4-8.
7-4 and 8. 7-4-8. And before Aussie Prospector, Eddie Wilkinson second. And 8 Threadneedle, Jason Patton. 7, 4 and 8 official on race number 2. The third here today is the Retrovision Class 5. We take out number 12, Arabian Glimmer. That's the only scratching. Just repeating, we have that late scratching in the 8th event on the program, and that's number 10, Scrupulous Fighter, which came out at 11.56 due to the track downgrade. Now, the margins in that?
A long neck and nose.
A long neck and nose. A long neck and nose, the margins. A long neck and nose. As Darren Gauci brings Starlegs back, the winner of the second race on the program here on day 3. They're racing now. Kairaroo from the inside hopped out quickly. Zumbido away well with Rare Opportunity. Gallity going up. Naminal Man just easing back. Another pug over on the outside as they settle. Then Ptolomeo Ken behind those. Our Rangeman on the inside from Southern Robin and dropping out a long last deviation. Very tightly packed as they go to the 800. Kairaroo just in front of Rapid Times. Rare Opportunity. 4 deep Zumbido. A length further back then comes Our Rangeman tracking up on the inside of Gallity. Then another pug a length to Ptolomeo Ken behind it. Southern Robin on the inside. Naminal Man. They've dropped off Olakai. And the deviation 500 metres out. Kairaroo held together Rapid Times, and over on the outside there is Rare Opportunity. Gallity about to peel 4 deep behind those. Then comes Our Rangeman, and further back Zumbido losing ground, and Ptolomeo Ken as they swing. Rapid Times, Kairaroo, Rare Opportunity. The widest runner is Gallity, and Gallity has very quickly gone up on the outside to sweep to the lead here from Rapid Times. Kairaroo further back, Rare Opportunity inside the 200. Gallity went for home here. Kairaroo battling away over on the inside. Then was Our Rangeman. Gallity in front, hands and heels from Mertens. Kairaroo trying to come back on the inside with Our Rangeman, but Gallity is too good. Oh, he's come down on top of Kairaroo there, but he's won by a length and a quarter. Now, Our Rangeman's got up to get second from Kairaroo, Rapid Times. Now, coming to the outside was Naminal Man, then Ptolomeo Ken, Zumbido, Rare Opportunity, Southern Robin, Deviation back with another pug, and last in was Olakai.
Winner there, 6 Gallity, 472.20. 13 Our Rangeman, $14.10. 7 Kairaroo, $1.90.
Came
Number 6 Gallity to return $4 and $1.80. 13 Our Rangeman to pay $18.50 the place, and 7 Kairaroo $2.
A check that Kairaroo got near home has been able to get up and probably run second. But the winner is Gallity. Number 6, ridden by Peter Mertens. Our Rangeman, the roughie in the field, will be second. And Kairaroo in third place, and they have absolutely streeted the others by panels. Gallity by Rusty Gamber out of Shell Miss or Shelly Miss, a Nisku mare, so probably that's where it loves this type of ground. Trained by Ray Cross at Pakenham. Raced by Ray, Mrs. L.M. at GL Cross. Ms. N.J. Harris with Peter Mertens, the winning rider. Number 13, Our Rangeman by Pompey Court from the high ground. John Brooks here at Warrnambool, and Alan Peterson. And third to number 7, Kairaroo by Gold Carrot out of Cool Design, Hannah Gilligan and Elf Matthews.
All right, numbers there are 6, 13, 7. Certainly, no doubt, if you had the 6 and 7 Quinella, the 6 coming in on the 7 certainly had an impact there, because he had to take hold of the 7, and the 13 has been able to get up and nut it on the line for the minor end of the prize. So certainly Gallity was going to win the race, but that check the 7 copped certainly has cost Quinella punters a popular result. A length and a quarter, a half neck with the margins. A length and a quarter, a half neck in 1.9.4. 6, 13, 7. Here are totes. 6 Gallity, 470 for the win and 220 the place. Number 13, Our Rangeman, $14.10, and 7 Kairaroo at $1.90. Quinella has paid $191.30, $191.30. Exacta $342.80, $342.80. And the trifecta pays $1,827.90, $1,000.
Racing. Out in a good line too. Just a Wish was one of the best away near the inside. Putter bounced away quickly with it on the outside. Our Catalina. Further out on the track, showing good speed now as Rancho Lad there, followed a length off by Joe Hant, then Just a Wish. Further back in the race then came out Shakeen, followed by Danapak. Getting it back out of its ground now is Crepitus over on the outside there of Tyrrell Pete and 2 or 3. Veloka, who's gone back to last and back second to last on the inside. Palace Playboy. The leader is Putter, crossing to the fence. A length and a half, our Catalina, 3 deep, but going up second. Back in the middle, running third, Rancho Lad. Just a Wish the fence from our Shakeen, 3 out. A length further back, Joe Hant, a half. Tyrrell Pete the inside from Danapak, Crepitus. Further back in the race then came to the outside, Full Main. Up on the inside, then starting to pick up a bit of ground, Palace Playboy. Full Main went back to second last, and Veloka hard-ridden last of all. Coming up inside the 600-metre mark, Putter about a length and a half in front from Rancho Lad. They're followed on the outside there by our Catalina, and our Shakeen pulled out deep. Just a Wish went back to the fence, and then Crepitus. A few of these are swinging way off the track when they turn, but Putter hard on the fence, 2.5. Just a Wish has made good ground. Then Rancho Lad third, followed by Tyrrell Pete. Further back, Crepitus. A few have chanced their arm to go to the outside, but it's not with a bumper out there at the moment because this leader Putter's over 3 in front of Just a Wish. Then further back, Rancho Lad, followed by at the outside Tyrrell Pete, but Putter far too good, wins by 3 lengths in the run home. Second in the race, Just a Wish, almost a dead heat third. Maybe Tyrrell Peter knows Rancho Lad, nothing in it. A gap in the race further back, the inside Palace Playboy. Further back in the race then came Danapak. Veloka never came into the play from Crepitus. They're followed by Full Main. A couple that went out wide, didn't make any ground, and they were our Catalina, further back our Shakeen, and Joe Hant near the tail.
It's 6.13 a photo, 6 Putter. At 8.30, 2.60, 13, Just a Wish to pay $8.90. Photo for third, Prominent 7, Tyrrell Pete, $1.50.
Go.
Okay, number 6, Putter, to return $8.70 and $2.60. 13, Just a Wish, $8.90, and 7, Tyrrell Pete, $1.50.
Slipped away on the inside and has won by a good 4 lengths over Just a Wish, and pretty tight for third here. We've got Tyrrell Pete. Yes, it'll get it. There's the print. Tyrrell Pete just snaring third from Rancho Lad right on the post. Okay, the numbers here will be number 6 Putter, number 13 Just a Wish, and into third is Tyrrell Pete, number 7. So the numbers there will be 6, 13 and 7. 6, 13 and 7.
All right, 6, 13, 7. Here are the divvies. Number 6 there, Putter. Darren Gouchy gives him a double. Pays $8.30 for the win and $2.60 for the place. 13 Just a Wish, $8.90. 7 Tyrrell Pete, $1.50. Quinella, $140.
Racing. Out in a good line too. He quickly took hold of the Sundance Kid out in the middle, and Lake Thorin off again, and Usurper bounced quickly. From the outside, Funny Fella and also Conceivable Telic. Now the Sundance Kid is starting to poke through in the middle. Funny Fella's just in front. Here's the first of their fences. He wants to fight the rider. The Sundance Kid has quickly got up inside him. 2 further back, Conceivable Telic with Usurper, Trojan Gift, and off again. Here's the first of their fences, and they sail over it now from I'll Be Judge, Turf Tavern, Daring Enterprise, then Voutinsk. Further back in the race, and Zacapet, followed by Lake Thor as they go to the second. The Best Endeavours put in a very sticky one early. He and Turkey Lane have dropped out to the tail. Over the last of 3 down the lane the first time, and the leader is the Sundance Kid. He goes out by a length and a half net, a Funny Fella. That rider is fighting with him at the moment, and I'll Be Judge got up on the inside of Funny Fella. Trojan Gift around the outside, a length and Usurper. Further back then off again, Conceivable Telic. In behind them then Daring Enterprise, followed by Turf Tavern. Then the outside Voutinsk. Further back in the race, and Zacapet, followed by Lake Thor as they go to the first of the Alfred Road Double, and the leader handled it well coming up to the second. He cut the corner and took them into Briley paddock now, and it's the Sundance Kid. He's facing 3 fence going up the rising ground. Into Briley they go, and the Sundance Kid out by about 3 lengths. In second placing is I'll Be Judge. On the outside, Trojan Gift is running third, about 4 lengths further back in the race. Then Funny Fella. Around it, Conceivable Talic, a length and a half. Boutins followed by Usurper, and then off again. 3 Daring Enterprise, 2 Turf Tavern as they go over the next fence. They're followed further back in the race by Zacapet, about 4 then to Lake Thor. 3 to Turkey Lane and 4 to Best Endeavours. He's about 25, 30 lengths off the lead. At Briley up towards the top of the hill, towards the Cox's Hill Double. Here's the last one in Briley on the first round, and the Sundance Kid got over it nicely, about 4 or 5 lengths in front. Second is I'll Be Judged. 3 further back in the race. Then came Trojan Gift running third as they go to the top of the hill. Here's the double up on top of the hill at the Cox's Hill Double. Here's the first coming up for the Sundance Kid. He handled it well. Onto the road he goes. Over the second he goes, and he's out about 4 lengths in front from I'll Be Judged as they go into Grantis paddock, and they're coming downhill now in this first round, and the Sundance Kid jumped it well, about 3 lengths to I'll Be Judged second. 4 further back, Trojan Gift. 3 to Conceivable Talic, 2 to Usurper. Here's the double now, and the Tozer's Road Double down at the bottom of the hill, and they'll swing to the left. Over the first he goes for Sundance Kid. Came to the next, he swung out a little wide, lost a little ground. I'll Be Judged 3 lengths off him at about 6 further back in the race. Off again, got up on the inside of Trojan Gift. Then Conceivable Talic 2 further back in the race. Then came Turf Tavern, moving up on the outside of Boutins. Usurper on the inside from Daring Enterprise. Further back in the race, Funny Fella. A gap to Zacapet, followed further back by Turkey Lane. He's got 2 behind him as they measure the next fence, and they are Lake Thor and 6 lengths tailed off his Best Endeavours. Coming out towards the side again, and they've almost gone around, and the leader is the Sundance Kid here in the Grand Annual. The Sundance Kid out in front about 3 lengths. He comes up to this next fence. Here he comes to it, handled it well. Second is off again. He's made good ground, and Trojan Gift got rid of the rider. Trojan Gift has dumped the rider, and they've almost gone a circuit. Back from where they started now in the Grand Annual, and the Sundance Kid 2 in front. Off again's made good ground, second with a lap to go. 2 further back in the race, then came I'll Be Judged, followed by Turf Tavern. Then Boutins, Usurper the inside as they measure that next one. Then Conceivable Talic further back, then Zacapet. Then further back was Daring Enterprise, followed by Turkey Lane, Lake Thor, and last of all is Best Endeavours. Coming down the straight now, round 1, they've gone over 16 fences, 17 to go. A lap out now on the leader, the Sundance Kid here in the Grand Annual. He comes back towards the treble. He's 2 lengths in front of off again, a length and a half further back in the race then. I'll Be Judged on the inside of Turf Tavern as they go to the next. Then Boutins, Usurper, followed by Zacapet. Further back, Daring Enterprise, Conceivable Talic. Oh, the leader put in a bad one. The Sundance Kid, he hit that second one down the straight. Turkey Lane a fair way back with Lake 4, and Best Endeavours 4 lengths last of all. They've completed the treble, and I'll Be Judged got up on the inside of the Sundance Kid as they head towards Alfred for the last time. A length further back in the race, then off again, followed by Turf Tavern, and there goes Usurper making his ground right up on the inside. A length further back, Zacapet. They're followed further back in the race by Boutins and Daring Enterprise, Conceivable Talic. Funny Fella, Lake Thor, followed further back in the race by Turkey Lane. Best Endeavours last of all. Alfred Road Double over the first, over the second, and Usurper's got a beautiful run up on the inside as they go to Briley for the last time. The Sundance Kid again took over. 1.5 Usurper, who went up second. I'll Be Judged running third, then off again back on the outside of Turf Tavern as they go to the first of Briley for the last time. Then Zacapet from Daring Enterprise, 2 to Turkey Lane. They're followed by Boutinsk, and then Lake Thor starting his run from Conceivable Talic. Funny Fella's lost some ground, and Best Endeavours last of all. Over that second one, and there's one that's lost the rider, Lake Thor. Lake Thor's lost his rider out there in Briley and heading up towards the last one. The leader is the Sundance Kid, a length in front. Second is Usurper as they're about to complete the fences in Briley. Third, Zacapet. Turf Tavern was down on his nose. Off again, went up fourth. Then Daring Enterprise, followed by Turkey Lane, Boutins, Conceivable Talic. Best Endeavours a mile from them, and Funny Fellas dropped out. Up towards the top hill for the last time, the Sundance Kid by 2. The Boulder running second is Zacapet. Then on the inside, Usurper as they come into Grantis for the last time. They're followed by Turf Tavern. Then off again as they come down the hill, and down is Turf Tavern the grey. Turf Tavern has gone down, and Turkey Lane has lost the rider. Turkey Lane is out of it now, coming to the bottom of the hill for the last time. Over the first, the Sundance Kid handled it well. Came over the second. Conceivable Talic has lost his rider down there at the road double. And onto the course, proper 4 fences to go, 1,000 out. And the leader, the Sundance Kid, up on his inside, Usurper. 3 further back, I'll Be Judged. Then Zacapet, Daring Enterprise, and off again. Here's the 4th last, and it's the Sundance Kid and Usurper. They're locked together by 3. Second on the outside, third, and the race at the moment is I'll Be Judge. Then Zacapet further back in the race, then off again and Daring Enterprise. The Sundance Kid and Usurper. 2 fences to go in the Grand Annual. He won't give him the Sundance Kid. He's ahead in front. Usurper almost on terms. 5 further back, I'll Be Judge. Daring Enterprise, Zacapet and further back, then off again. 2 great chances here. Over it now, it's the Sundance Kid and Usurper, Houlihan and Wheeler. 1 fence to go. They're 6 lengths in front now of the further back in the race, then came off again. Over on the inside of it, I'll Be Judge. They've got 1 fence to go in the Grand Annual. Usurper on the outside and on the inside, the Sundance Kid. Neither will give an inch. They're locked together. Coming around the turn, they bumped. 1 fence to go. Usurper having a crack at the Sundance Kid. They're coming to the last of 33. Here they come, the Sundance Kid on the inside. Usurper's down. Usurper crashed to the last. And it's the Sundance Kid presented with a Grand Annual. He's 6 or 7 in front. Off again to second. Zacapet is at the moment into third. Followed further back by I'll Be Judge. The Sundance Kid has won the Grand Annual. He wins it by 8 lengths. Off again is second. 4 away third. The Boulder Zacapet. Then I'll Be Judge, followed by Daring Enterprise. Best Endeavours. Just coming in now, Funny Fella. And Usurper was running the race of his life, but he's crashed at the last fence when locked together with the Sundance Kid, and he's down, and of course attendants are at him pretty quickly.
Yes, he's hurt himself, that horse. All right, 7 the winner, and that's the Sundance Kid. It's going to pay $4.40, $1.80, 11 off again to pay $2.20, and 17 Zacapet, $9.40. They're
Moving up to Woomba 7, the Sundance Kid, $4, $1.80, number 11, off again to return $6.60, and 17 Zacapet to pay $10.80. A Townsville favourite for the next is number 2, which is Star Home at 2.
And ridden today by Brett Scott. Now that's him leading in the John Wheeler colours with Usurper on his outside from the Jim Houlihan stable. Usurper, he was going to make it interesting at this stage. I mean, it was always going to be that these 2 horses were going to fight it out, and look what happened. I think everyone grits their teeth. Everyone feels a bit of pain when we see one of these horses go down. There's a few casualties this year. We lost, that was Usurper who fell at the last turn. He would have definitely run second, I have no doubt about that. Turkey Lane went down a couple from home. We lost Turf Tavern. We lost Trojan Gift, I think, was the first to go down. I don't think Lake Thor made it home. There was a couple of casualties, but the Sundance Kid, that's him streaking away. Once Usurper was gone, it was all over. Brett Scott on board for John Wheeler, and I tell you what, that horse will sleep well tonight. He will have a great old nap. 11 was back in second spot. That was off again, but the margin, as is often the case in these big jump races, was pretty big. And 17 was back in third spot. Zarko Pet, number 17. So that's the running of the 98 Grand Annual Steeplechase. And John Russell, how have you pulled up after that very gruelling assignment?
Pretty good, Matthew. Yes, it's good to be behind you, nevertheless. One of those races where you have to pace yourself and make sure you don't go too hard too early. But we saw a great race there. What a pity that Usurper didn't get over that last fence. But the good news is, of course, after it looked pretty ominous when he was laying on the track, that he's got up and he's walked down the track now. So he's okay, Usurper. There were a few casualties in the race. All honours, first of all, congratulations to John Wheeler. That's his 2nd Grand Annual winner in a row. Of course, he won the race last year with Foxboy, and a superb effort again to get the Sundance Kid home first in this big one today. Off again, of course, we saw Fall here on Tuesday. He's done a remarkable job to run second, and an outsider from Tasmania in Zacapet has also run a big race to finish in 3rd place. There were not many finished. Of course, Turkey Lane we saw come down with the other great Turf Tavern in Granter's Paddock. Lake Thor did not complete the course. I didn't see what happened to him, but he was out of it over the last mile or so of the race. And other casualties were Vautinsk was pulled up. He was okay, but he was pulled out of the race. Trojan Gift was actually the first casualty, and other horses, I think Funny Fella, he may have finished, but I'm not too sure of that. But we look at the final stages again, and obviously they're all getting very weary after that marathon race over 5,500 metres. There's the Sundance Kid. He's going up and down in the one spot, but he had off again, well beaten, and getting home for third there. Zacapet has held his position. So it was a great Grand Annual again, Matthew. That's what brings the crowds to Warrnambool year after year, and let's hope it continues for many years to come.
Yes, he's in great form, that horse. He deserved to in a race like that. Second to Turkey Lane at Oakbank. Won the Briley by a big margin by 6 lengths on Tuesday. He stepped up to the 5,500 today and won it easily. As we said, obviously he was getting a little bit tired, but you don't expect them to be zipping away at the end of 5.5 kilometres and 33 jumps. He has handled his job very well, the Sundance Kid. Congratulations to Brett Scott and also to John Wheeler, who John just said has made it back-to-back wins in that feature jumping race.